Good morning once again. If you are just watching, this is Jamano Media TV at Canifin right here. And today we brought you the standard newspaper headlines. And we begin with President Adama Barrow take off to province Gambia. At this start of this meeting, the people talk this afternoon. President Adama Barrow will visit projects in North Bank region, notably in Nyomi, Hakaland Road, and hold a general meeting in Dungukebe that will be attended by communities from the two Nyomi districts as well as Jokadu. This will be preceded by introductions at Bara, where the president will be welcomed by community and religious leaders from the North Bank region. The president entourage will spend the night in Krawane. The 3-week tour will take the president to all the regions and various infrastructure and development project seats in addition to holding meetings in Badibu, Gunju, Maka, Farafenye, Njau, Limon Koto, Chamoy, Mankamankunda, Kolibantang, Jareng, Bansang, Japine, Kuinala, Sibanor, Birkama, Mandinarin, Tujereng, Talinding, and Banjul. That was the take-off of President Adama Barrow with the people's tour. And we moved to the UDP to maintain most mayors and chairmen as candidates. The United Democratic Party, UDP, to maintain their candidates on the mayoral elections to commence in the Gambia. That will follow by the people of the United Democratic Party, who will maintain most of their candidates, especially the mayor of Banjul and mayor of Kanifing and Brikama Council and other regions. Following the closure of application for the party sponsorship in the next year's local government election, the opposition United Democratic Party has said most of its sitting mayors and chairmen have been selected unopposed as the party's official candidates in their areas. These include Mayor Rohi Malik Low of Banjul, Talib Ahmed Bensouda of KM, for the Danjo of Basse and Area Council, and Landing Sane of Mansakonko Area Council. However, according to the party spokesman, Almamital UDP will have to conduct primaries in Janyamburi and Brikama Area Council. A total of 16 applicants have been received by the party for the Brikama Area Council. It is not known how many have applied for the UDP the sponsorship for the Janyamburi chairmen. Also, according to the UDP, the applicants for councillors have extended to November 24th in wards where they are yet to receive applicants. And that was the UDP stand, that is to maintain their most mayors and chairmen candidates for the upcoming local government election. We also have our own headlines on the standard newspaper, which said government claim only one server was compromised in central bank. As we know, for the past weeks, the Gambia government give information regarding the hacked by foreign hackers to the central bank of the Gambia, and that has affected most of the working conditions of the central bank of the Gambia. And members of the public, diplomatics, and council of course are hereby informed that the central bank of the Gambia is experienced a hacking incident on Thursday, 10th November 2022. The bank acted promptly to secure its systems and began an investigation to determine the nature, source, and extent of the incident. Fortunately, none of the mission-critical systems were compromised, and normally operations have continued unabated. Preliminary investigation shows that one server was affected, which was promptly isolated from the bank's network, and a recovery process set in motion. The authorities are keeping the matter under close monitoring, and the public is hereby reassured that the bank is fully operational and will continue to ensure the stability of the national payment system. There is therefore no need for panic. The Gambia government continues its unwavering commitment to safeguarding the critical infrastructure and state assets like the bank. Significantly, the bank is among many countries around the world and the sub-region affected by cyber attacks by vicious cyber criminals bent on blackmailing governments into paying ransom. Meanwhile, the support and understanding of the public is highly solicited as the investigation continues. The bank will send in will be sending update as the progress of the investigation into that would have otherwise been a major financial loss to the Gambia. And that was the update from the government of the Gambia regarding the hack, which was alleged that the Central Bank of the Gambia was hacked, and according to them, they claimed only one server was compromised in central bank hacking. And now we move to the dictator hunt of the Red Brood confident next Jamano target will be prosecuted. As he launched his new book to catch a dictator, human rights lawyer and investigator Red Brood, known for pursuing brutal dictators, has expressed confidence that former Gambian President Yahya Jammeh will be extradited from Equatorial Guinea to face prosecution. From Nicaragua to Chad, Red has spent his career trying to hold dictators and abusive regimes accountable for their human rights violations. His legal advocacy for victims of atrocity earned him the nickname the Dictator Hunter, a moniker he eschewed since he believed the real focus should be on the victims. After successfully helping to advocating for the victims of former Chadian tyrant Hissène Habré, who is a jail in Dakar, Senegal, Brood has directed his energy to Yahya Jammeh. Earlier this month, Red announced the launching of his new book, Difference Between Habré and Jammeh. Commenting on the differences between Hissène Habré and Jammeh cases, Red said the crimes, the countries, the times, and all very different. In Chad in 1990, when Suleiman Guangin came out of jail and founded a victim association, everyone thought he was crazy. After Habré was convicted, Soleimani and I and others traveled to Gambia to meet Jammeh's victims, who were already mobilizing and wanted to know what we could teach them. There are amazing Gambian victims, people like Baba Hydra, Aïssatou Jammeh, Nana Joe, and Sirandao, Fatoumata Sandeng, and so many others who will not give up until they see justice. Probably the most complicated thing is that Jammeh is in Equatorial Guinea, but that is one of the genesis of the hybrid court strategy involving Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, and all other countries who lost citizens to Jammeh in the pursuit of justice. It would not be easy for Equatorial Guinea to refuse a request from the entire region, the respected human rights lawyer told the Standard. New book turned into his new book. Red said, over and over, during my first 13 years working with the victims of the Habré case, when every step forward seemed to be followed by 2 steps back, people told us that we had to be either naive or crazy, or the African disposed would never had let Habré stand trial. They said his former backers in the United States and France would never stand for it either. I wrote the book to show not only that we weren't crazy, but that there is nothing inevitable about brutal tyrants going unpunished for their crimes. He said the turning point in his life was his 1984 trip to revolutionary Nicaragua to see a friend who was expressed there. Villagers told me terrible stories of schools and farms being burned and of teachers and doctors being shot by the Contras as US-backed rebel group seeking to undermine the revolution. I just felt this enormous responsibility to do something. I quit my job as a lawyer at the New York Attorney General's office and returned to Nicaragua and spent 5 months investigating. My report on the Contra rebels' atrocity coming just after Ronald Reagan described the Contras as the moral equivalent of our founding fathers, made the front page of the New York Times, and led to a cut-off in U.S. support of the Contras. Since then, I have been working on covering abuse of bringing perpetrators to justice, he stated. That was the dictator hunter Red Brood confident next target Jammeh will be prosecuted. And now we recap on our main stories. President Barrow off to provinces today for Meet the People's tour. UDP to maintain most mayors and chairmen as candidate. Government claim only one server was compromised in central bank hacking. Dictator hunter Red Brood confident next target Jammeh will be prosecuted. So thank you all for watching, and I am your reporter Adamanjai for Jamano Media TV at Kanif.